The Iberians were a set of peoples that Greek and Roman sources identified with that name in the eastern and southern coasts of the Iberian Peninsula, at least from the 6th century BC. The term Iberian, as used by the ancient authors, had two distinct meanings. One, more general, referred to all the populations of the Iberian Peninsula without regard to ethnic differences. The other, more restricted, with an ethnic sense, to the people living in the eastern and southern coasts of the Iberian Peninsula, which by the 6th century BC had absorbed cultural influences from the Phoenicians and the Greeks. Groups: the Iberians were not a clearly defined culture, ethnic group or political entity. The name is instead a blanket term for a number of peoples belonging to a pre-Roman Iron Age culture inhabiting the eastern and southeastern Iberian Peninsula and who have been historically identified as Iberian. Although these peoples shared certain common features, they diverged widely in some respects. The Roman and Greek sources often diverge about the precise location of each Iberian people and also about the list of Iberian peoples. There are some doubts about the ethno-linguistic affiliation of some of the peoples generally defined as Iberians, which included the Arianici, Andesini, Orsitani, Baztetani, Burgistani, Castellani, Sestani, Seretani, Contestani, Edetani, Elisices, Iasitani, Iloacavons, Idets, Indigetes, Lasitani, Lariatani, Waratani, Sedetani, Sordans, Suestani, Tedetani and Vestani or Ossenses. An unknown named tribe or tribes in the Balearic Islands may have been Iberian also. History: the Iberians lived in isolated communities based on a tribal organization. They also had a knowledge of metalworking, including bronze, and agricultural techniques. In the centuries preceding Carthaginian and Roman conquest, Iberian settlements grew in social complexity, exhibiting evidence of social stratification and urbanization. This process was probably aided by trading contacts with the Phoenicians, Greeks, and Carthaginians. Among the most important goods traded by the Iberians were precious metals, tin and copper. The Phoenicians established their first colony on the Iberian Peninsula in 1100 BC, and probably made contact with Iberians then or shortly thereafter. The Phoenician colony was originally called Gadir. Later, the Roman renamed it Gads. Greek colonists made the first historical reference to the Iberians in the 6th century BC. The Greeks also dubbed as Iberians another people, currently known as Caucasian Iberians. It is not known if there had been any type of connection between the two peoples. Origins Iberian origins are not clear. However, it is suggested that they arrived in Spain in the Neolithic period, with their arrival being dated from as early as the 5th millennium BC to the 3rd millennium BC. Most scholars adhering to this theory believe from archaeological, anthropological and genetic evidence that the Iberians come from a region further east in the Mediterranean. Others have suggested that they may have originated in North Africa. The Iberians would have settled along the eastern coast of Spain. External influences The Iberians traded extensively with other Mediterranean cultures. Iberian pottery has been found in France, Italy, and North Africa. The Iberians also had extensive contact with Greek colonists. The Iberians may have adopted some of the Greeks' artistic techniques. Statues such as the Lady of Baza and the Lady of Eel are thought to have been made by Iberians relatively well acquainted with Greek art. Thucydides stated that one of the three original tribes of Sicily, the Sicani, were of Iberian origin, though Iberian at the time could have included what we think of as Gaul. The Iberians were placed under Carthaginian rule for a short time between the First and Second Punic Wars. They supplied troops to Hannibal's army. The Romans subsequently conquered the Iberian Peninsula and slowly supplanted the local culture with their own. Iberian culture Iberian language The Iberian language, like the rest of the Paleo-Hispanic languages, became extinct by the 1st to 2nd centuries AD, after being gradually replaced by Latin. Iberian seems to be a language isolate. It is generally considered as a non-Indo-European language. Links with many other languages have been claimed and translations have been proposed, but they have not been successfully demonstrated. A 1978 study claimed many similarities between Iberian and the Mesapic language. Another proposed link is with the Basque language, but this theory is also strongly disputed. Iberian Scripts equals. The Iberians use three different scripts to represent the Iberian language. Northeastern Iberian script, dual variant, non-dual variant. Southeastern Iberian script. Greco-Iberian alphabet, Northeastern Iberian script and Southeastern Iberian script share a common distinctive typological characteristic, also present in other Paleo-Hispanic scripts. They present signs with syllabic value for the occlusives and signs with monophonetic value for the rest of consonants and vowels. From a writing system's point of view, they are neither alphabets nor syllabaries, they are mixed scripts that normally are identified as semi-syllabaries. About this common origin, there is no agreement between researchers. For some this origin is only linked to the Phoenician alphabet, while for others the Greek alphabet had participated too. Art equals. The Iberians produced sculpture in stone and bronze, most of which was much influenced by the Greeks and Phoenicians. The styles of Iberian sculpture are divided geographically into Levantine, Central, Southern, and Western groups, of which the Levantine group displays the most Greek influence. See also, Pre-Roman peoples of the Iberian Peninsula, Lucentum, Iberian language, Iberian scripts. References. Further reading, Beltra N., Miguel, Los Iberos en Aragua Cuden, Zaragoza. Ruiz, Arturo. Molinos, Manuel, Los Iberos, Barcelona. San Marta, Joan. Santacana, Joan, Illes Ibers del Nord, Barcelona. San Marta, Joan, a la Conformación del Mundo Iber Copyright Rico Septentrional, Palabra Hispanica 5, pages 333–358. External links, detailed map of the pre-Roman peoples of Iberia, Iberian epigraphy page, by J. L. Ramos.